السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
هل تتحدث بالعربي؟
We speak in English, please. My Arabic is not really good. My Arabic is not really good. My Arabic is not really good.
And my English, actually, to speak in a good way in English, I can't. So I just speak in Arabic.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, what do you want to say to me in the English? What do you want to
No,
say?
I actually want some. I want to know some informations about the Christianity. Actually,
What do you want to ask me, my friend? Go ahead.
like I want to ask you about. You said that I saw some informations in the Google that actually Maryam, yeah, the mother Maryam, she appeared in she appeared in Egypt above some of the churches. So is this real actually?
I don't know. I wasn't there. You was there?
No.
Okay,
No, not about that. They said that's something famous.
Okay, I don't know if it's famous or not. I don't care. This is not my problem. I do not need to see anyone to believe in Jesus. The Lord, he said, bless those who believe and did not see.
No, they said, but the problem that, they say that this is in Christianity. So,
my friend, this is not. This is don't play games. You know, I can show you the Shia. They are saying that they saw Fatima in Iraq. I can show you the Sheikh saw that he saw the guy now he is in jail. Al-Auda, he is in jail because he claimed that he saw the Prophet Muhammad and he is a Saudi. What is,
no, but this is not one man. He just
my friend, the Lord, he can do miracle. He can appear to people. He can guide them.
This is not in the museum.
This is not. It can be in the news. Then maybe it's true. I don't know. So it's in the news. You go and ask the news. Now, what is your problem?
No, I'm saying that actually it's something weird. That you see that she's appearing above the church.
My friend,
so how you can say that it's fake or real?
I don't know. I cannot be a person who confirm, because I don't need even to believe in that, because I believe in my Lord without seeing anything. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? What about you? Why you believe in Muhammad?
Of course I believe in Muhammad.
Why you believe? Why you believe in Muhammad?
I'll say you why.
Yeah.
Because actually in my holy book, so I should believe with it. This is my
okay. What your holy book says about Muhammad? Can you help me, please?
Like how we can, what you know about, what you want to know about him actually.
Like what make him a prophet? When we call somebody a prophet, that's mean he's a prophet. Do you agree?
Okay, so you mean like
okay, so how Muhammad is a prophet?
Is a man that God gave him. We can say that God gave him a way to, like a message. To to send for the people and to make them get in the Islam. So that's why we say a prophet. So he have a special thing than other people. That's why I'm saying to you.
Okay, what is special about Muhammad? Like what?
Everything is special about him.
Like what?
Everything. You read the Quran. You didn't read the Quran, yeah? Or you?
I'm trying.
What?
I'm trying. Go ahead. What make Muhammad a prophet of God?
I told you.
What? I mean, you have to tell me what. I don't know. I didn't see anything. What make Muhammad a prophet of God? When you say a prophet, does that mean somebody he make a prophecy? Do you agree with that?
What?
When I say that there's a person, he is a prophet, it's mean he prophesy, correct?
No, there's something we can say that in our holy book. It says that the Prophet Muhammad, he got a message for the people, and he did it. And also there's a proof for that, that most of the people are in Islam, not only one country. If Prophet Muhammad was not actually real, that means that not all the people not know Islam. Yes or no?
No, that's wonderful. So if the atheists, they believe in if there is a guy, there's a guy, his name is Darwin, he believed that God does not exist, and because people they believe in his message, that's mean he's a prophet.
No, not like this, you know.
Well, here we go. You told me.
I have many friends.
You told me people believe in him. Here we go. There's many people believe in Darwin. They believe that God does not exist.
Actually, I have many Christian friends.
Okay, my friend.
And we also speak about most of together. But we are still like.
I want to ask you a very simple question.
Yeah. Okay.
Your prophet, he worship God or he worship idols?
What?
Your prophet, he worship God or he worship idols?
What you say?
Idols. You know, statues.
Yeah, I know what you say. Like what you want.
Do your prophet worship God or worship idols? Which one he worship?
Of course, he worship gods.
Okay, so why he kissed the Blackstone?
What?
Why he kissed the Blackstone?
Okay, because Blackstone came from heaven.
Okay, so because of
Okay, so
stone,
that means
so if
something came from heaven.
okay,
He's not. He. That means he's just 1 minute.
Mm.
That means he's not like he's not worshiping the stone. He's just giving a respect for the stone because it came from the heaven. That don't means that actually it is something that we should worship it. No, he's just giving and respect for the stone because it came from heaven.
was the
Like I'll
Arab?
give you some example.
Okay,
I'll give you some example.
give me an
Just 1
example.
minute.
Go ahead.
Okay, like means if you go to teacher in school, okay, and you're the teacher, you like the teacher's making she's teaching you, okay. When you when she brought meaning that if she brought her child with her, and you're just giving respect to a child, you're giving the respect to a child because the teacher is teaching you, not
Wonderful.
the child.
I love that.
You mean,
my friend, what does the story have to do with my question about the stones? The Arab, they used to worship stones before Muhammad. Is that correct?
no, not Arabs.
Okay.
What's the proof you got for this?
The Sahih al-Bukhari.
Yeah, what he said.
It says we used to worship stones, and when we found a better stone, then
Sorry,
the first
this is
one.
before Islam.
Yes, before
This is
Islam.
before
So
Islam.
Muhammad is practicing the same thing. Was the
No,
black stone?
no, no, no. Sorry,
Was the
sorry.
black stone
Just 1
exist?
minute.
Was the black
Just
stone?
1 minute.
Hold on.
Just one.
Was the
Okay,
black
okay.
stone? Was the black stone, my friend, exist before Muhammad became a prophet in the Kaaba? Yes or no?
What?
Was people to go around the black stone and kiss it and lick it before
What's the
Islam?
black? You mean the black stone is the thing which is near in the Kaaba?
Yeah, the one looked like a vagina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it true that people before Islam, they used to go and they touch it and they kiss it and they lick it, and even they put their penis inside it, and the women, they put their hands full of blood inside?
Actually, I was saying something that's not truth about it.
Okay, what if do you want to challenge me to prove it to you?
Say actually, no, you can prove it to me. You can prove it to me.
Okay.
That they're saying what you're saying is
Okay.
actually.
Can you give me
truth.
can you give me like a month from now so I can find the reference?
Okay.
Give me a month.
Okay,
Call me after 1 month, because this is very hard to find. It's going to take me like a month to find the reference. Okay. So you promise me to call me a month from now?
No, you can show it to me now,
But I cannot find it now. It's very hard.
Okay, so that's how you get the proof for that. You're saying.
Okay. Are you saying I'm lying because I cannot find it?
They put okay.
Okay. Are you saying I'm lying because I cannot find it now?
Actually, no, the hadith does not say that, Christian Prince. If we go to Sahih al-Bukhari, okay, this is a hadith narrated by Jubair ibn Hayya. Okay, what did he say? He said that Al-Mughir replied, ask whatever you wish. The other asked, who are you? Al-Mughir replied, we are some people from the Arabs. We led a hard, miserable, disastrous life. We used to suck the hides and the date stones from hunger. We used to wear clothes made up of fur of camels and hair of goats, and to worship trees and stones. While we were in this state, the Lord of the heavens and the earth elevated his remembrance and majestic in his highness, sent to us from among ourselves a prophet whose father and mother are known to us. Our prophet Muhammad, the messenger of our Lord, has ordered us to fight you till you worship Allah alone. So now there is nowhere in this that says that stones should be worshipped. And by the way, the Qurayshis, the pagans of Quraysh, used to claim that they follow the religion of Abraham, and they adapted some things from the religion of Abraham. So the pagans of Quraysh, for example, they followed some truth of Abraham. They stole some things from Muslims, and they invented other things of polytheism. So they mixed polytheism with this, and they believed in Abraham, Prophet Abraham. But there's some things that they did not do exactly as Abraham. So we see Sahih al-Bukhari here, narrated Ibn Abbas, when the Prophet Muhammad saw pictures in the Kaaba, he did not enter till he ordered them to be erased. When he saw the pictures of Abraham and Ismail carrying the arrows of divination, he said, may Allah curse them, meaning the pagans of Quraysh. By Allah, neither Abraham nor Ismail practiced divination by arrows. So as you can see, the pagans of Quraysh, they took some rituals from the Muslims, like doing tawaf around the Kaaba, but they took other rituals, invented other rituals by worshipping stones and turning around stones and idols, while the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ does not do that. And they claim that turning around them is worship, while we Muslims claim that turning around them is not worship. And as we can see also, in the Bible, if we go to Joshua chapter 6, verse 2 to 27, this is Prophet Joshua. Joshua is a prophet. Then the Lord said to Joshua, see, I have now, God is ordering Joshua to do a ritual by turning around the city 7 times so they can take it over. This is a ritual they have to do to God so they can take over the city. So then the Lord said to Joshua, see, I have delivered Jericho into your hands, along with its king and its fighting men. March around the city once with all the armed men. Do this for 6 days. Have 7 priests carry trumpets of ram's horns in front of the ark. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times with the priests blowing the trumpets. When you hear them sound a long blast on the trumpets, have the whole army give a loud shout. Then the wall of the city will collapse and the army will go up, everyone straight in. So this is God, the Lord, ordering Joshua to do this. So does Joshua do it? Yes, he did. So Joshua, son of Nun, called the priests and said to them, take up the ark of the covenant of the Lord and have 7 priests carry trumpets in front of it. And he ordered the army advance, march around the city with an armed guard going ahead of the ark of the Lord. When Joshua had spoken to the people, the 7 priests carrying the 7 trumpets before the Lord went forward, blowing their trumpets, and the ark of the Lord's covenant followed them. The armed guards marched ahead of the priests who blew the trumpets, and the near guard followed the ark. All this time the trumpets were sounding, but Joshua had commanded the army, do not give a war cry, do not raise your voices, do not say a word until the day I tell you to shout. Then shout. So he had the ark of the Lord carried around the city, circling it once. Then the army returned to the camp and spent the night there. Joshua got up early the next morning, and the priests took up the ark of the Lord. The 7 priests carrying the 7 trumpets went forward, marching before the ark of the Lord and blowing their trumpets. The armed men went ahead of them, and the rear guard followed the ark of the Lord, while the trumpet kept sounding. So on the 2nd day, they marched around the city once and returned to the camp. They did this for 6 days. So every day they did it once, except for the last day, they did it 7 times. On the 7th day, they got up at daybreak and marched around the city 7 times in the same manner, except that on that day, meaning this, so they did for 6 days, they marched around the city 1 time. Every day, for 6 days. On the 7th day, they got up and marched around the city 7 times in the same manner, except that on this day, meaning the 7th day, they circuited the city 7 times. The 7th time around, when the priest sounded the trumpet blast, Joshua commanded the army, shout, for the Lord has given you the city. The city and all that is in it are to be devoted to the Lord. So as we can see here, that this is a ritual, God ordering them that in order for you to take over the city, you have to march around and circle it. So does that mean that they are worshipping the city? In other words, we see in 2 Chronicles chapter 6 verse 19, this is, as you can see here, Solomon's prayer of dedication. So Solomon was praying to God, and God allowed him to pray towards his temple, right? Facing towards his temple. Does that mean he worships his temple? Yet, Lord my God, give attention to your servant's prayer and his plea for mercy. Hear the cry and the prayer that your servant is praying in your presence. We go to the next verse. It says, Solomon said to God, may your eyes be open towards this temple day and night, this place of which you said you would put your name there. May you hear the prayer your servant prays towards this place. So your servant may you hear the prayer your servant prays towards this place. Towards what? Towards God's temple, right? So this is when Solomon built his temple. God allowed him to pray towards it. We also see that in Daniel is also a prophet in Christianity. So Daniel chapter 6 verse 10, it says, now when Daniel learned that the decree had been published, he went home to his upstairs room where the windows opened toward Jerusalem. 3 times a day he got down on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to his God, just as he had done before. So this shows that Daniel opened the windows towards Jerusalem and prayed towards Jerusalem. So does that mean Daniel worships Jerusalem? Nope, that does not mean that. Also, we see that if we really Muslims, if we actually kiss the Blackstone as a type of worship, why, if we're not able to reach the Blackstone, we can kiss our stick and we can kiss our hand. Does that mean worship the sticks and our hand? No, it doesn't. It is narrated Umar ibn Khattab came to the Blackstone and kissed it. Then he said, I know that you are only a stone which can neither bring benefit nor cause harm. So he's saying that God brings benefit and causes harm, but the stone does not bring benefit or causes harm. Were it not that I had seen the Prophet ﷺ kiss you, I would not have kissed you. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. So it says here, if a person is unable to kiss the stone, he should touch it with his hand or something else, then he can kiss the thing with which he touched it. It was narrated that Nafi' said, I saw Umar ibn Khattab touch the stone with his hand, then he kissed his hand. I said, I have never ceased to do this since I saw the Messenger of Allah do it. So it's clear that if you're not able to kiss the black stone, you can touch it with your hand and kiss your hand. Does that mean you're worshipping your hand when you're kissing it? This is narrated Sahih Muslim. It is also narrated that Abu Tufail, may Allah be pleased with him, said, I saw the Messenger of Allah ﷺ performing tawaf around the house, touching the corner where the stone is with a crooked staff. So he touched the black stone with a crooked staff which he had with him, then kissing the staff. This is narrated by Sahih Muslim. If a person is unable to do the above, so if he's unable to touch the stone or unable to do anything, then he can raise his hand facing the stone, pointing to it with his hand and saying Allahu Akbar. If he's not able to touch the stone or kiss it, he raises his hand, says Allahu Akbar. This means that you do not worship the black stone, and it's not a must. It's not like an obligation that we have to push forward to go and kiss it. It was narrated by Ibn Abbas, the Messenger of Allah performed tawaf on his camel, and every time he came to the corner where the stone was, he would point to it and say Allahu Akbar. This is Bukhari. So as we see, this is what it's saying here. So now, basically, as we said before, that the Jews and the Christians and the pagans used to say that Abraham was a Jew, and that the Christians used to say Abraham was a Christian, and the pagans used to say that Abraham was a pagan, which is not true, because here in chapter 3 of the Quran, verse 67, Abraham was neither a Jew nor a Christian, but he was inclining towards truth, a Muslim, and he was not of the polytheists. ما كان إبراهيم يهوديا ولا نصرانيا ولكن كان حنيفا مسلما وما كان من المشركين. SubhanAllah, this verse is a summary of Abraham, that he was neither a Jew nor a Christian, but he was a Muslim and he was not of the polytheists. So this shows that the polytheists used to say Abraham, oh, Abraham is like us, and they used to believe in Abraham as that, and used to take some rituals from him, like doing tawaf on the Kaaba, alright, and etc. If we go to the next verse, it says, indeed the most worthy of Abraham among the people are those who followed him in submission to Allah and this Prophet, meaning Prophet Muhammad and this Prophet, and those who believe in his message, and Allah is the ally of the believers. So you can see here in Quran chapter 22 verse 26 that the Kaaba, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Ibrahim to do tawaf around the Kaaba. He ordered Ibrahim to do tawaf around the Kaaba before the time of the pagans took place where they did tawaf. So they stole it from Ibrahim, but they invented something. They mixed this type of tawaf, turning around the Kaaba, as to worship stones, as to turn around stones and worship them. If we see in chapter 22 verse 26, and mention, O Muhammad, when we designated for Abraham the site of the house, saying, do not associate anything with me, and purify my house for those who perform tawaf, and those who stand in prayer, and those who bow and prostrate. And proclaim to the people the Hajj. They will come to you on foot, and on every lean camel they will come from every distant pass, that they may witness benefits for themselves, and mention the name of Allah on known days over what He has provided for them of sacrificial animals, so eat of them and feed the miserable and the poor. Then let them end their untidiness and fulfill their vows and perform tawaf around the ancient house. Okay, so it's clear that there's nowhere does it say that turning around the Kaaba is a sign of worship, and that this was a thing because Abraham was the one who built the Kaaba, not the pagans. So there were Muslims at the time of Abraham. It was afterwards, when the pagans started to come, they started to lose their faith and started to invent falsehood with truth, mix falsehood with truth. And as Allah says in the Quran, as you can see here in Sahih al-Bukhari, narrated Abdullah, when the verse came down, it is those, this is the verse, it is those who believe and do not confuse their belief with wrong, joining others in worship with Allah, right? Was revealed, we said, "O Allah's Messenger, who is there amongst us who has not done wrong to himself?" He replied, the meaning of this verse is, it is not as you say for wrong in the verse, and do not confuse their belief with wrong means shirk, meaning they believe in Allah while like the pagans. So this verse is meaning that those who believe in Allah and do not seek partners with Him. So because the pagans used to believe in Allah as their God, but they also believed in other gods as idols. They took partners with Him, joining others in worship. Haven't you heard Luqman saying to his son, "O my son, join not others in worship with Allah. Verily, joining others in worship with Allah is a great wrong indeed." So this is what the verse means, that those who believe in Allah but do not put, mix their iman with wrongdoings or falsehood like shirk. And as we can see also in the Quran here, that the pagans used to believe in Allah while they are polytheists, while they seek partners with Him, and they do other things, other rituals. They invented other rituals, which is, worshipping stones or etc. In Quran chapter 12 verse 106, and most of them believe not in Allah except while they associate others with Him. وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرُهُمْ بِاللَّهِ إِلَّا وَهُمْ مُشْرِكُونَ. وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرُهُمْ بِاللَّهِ إِلَّا وَهُمْ مُشْرِكُونَ. Okay. A Muslim in the book of Riyadh al-Salihin, this is the reference here, Sahih Muslim. Okay, references here. This is the book of Riyadh al-Salihin. Riyadh al-Salihin is a book containing different types of ahadith from Bukhari, Muslim, etc., Abu Dawud, etc. Abu Hurairah reported, Messenger of Allah said, when a Muslim or a believer washes his face in the course of wudu, every sin he has committed with his eyes is washed away from his face along with water. Or with the last drop of water, when he washes his hands, every sin they did is erased from his hands with water. Or with the last drop of water, and when he washes his feet, every sin towards which his feet walked is washed away with water. Or with the last drop of water, with the result that he comes out cleansed of all sins. So does this mean if a person does wudu, he worships wudu, or he worships the water, since the water during wudu is cleaning his sins out? Does that mean that a Muslim worships the water? Exactly not as that. If we go to Isaiah chapter 60 of the Bible, verse 7, all Kedar's folks will be gathered to you, the rams of Nebaioth will serve you, they will be accepted as offerings on my altar, and I will adorn my glorious temple. So God has a glorious temple for people to do pilgrimage there, according to the Bible. Did the God of the Bible condemn those who placed their backs placed their backs on the temple and faced other than the temple of God? Yes, He did. In Ezekiel chapter 8 verse 16 to 18, and he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, meaning the Lord's temple, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men with their backs towards the temple of the Lord and their faces toward the east, and they worship the sun towards the east. So this is wrong. God condemns them because they have to face God's temple while praying. So does that mean they worship the temple of God? No, it doesn't. It means that they all worship that. And if they face towards the east, meaning that they were worshiping the suns, and they were not facing towards the temple, meaning that they don't worship the God of Christianity.